uncle's name is Chaos. My uncle's name is Chaos. Yeah, there's chaos and mayhem.
Wait, there's chaos, mayhem. Mayhem's. There's chaos, the dad. I can't remember. Chaos or mayhem. I can't remember. Hey, everybody. Hey, Debbie, Luke. What's up, guys? How's it going? Hey, guys. What do you think of my fucking bruise, man? Boom. Could it be any more perfectly right in the middle of my eyes? Someone's like, dude, it's lucky you didn't get an eye taken out. Do you know, the day before I was out there, I had eye protection on. And I went and I got my glasses that I wear, and I looked at them, and sure enough, man, it would have taken that hit, but you know what else? It could have snapped the it hit me so hard, man. That log hit me really hard, and it could have snapped that plastic, and it could have gone in my eye. And I'm like, I think I was actually, I'm not ever better off without eye protection, but I think in this one case, I may have saved my eyes actually because I didn't have that plastic. And it wasn't like those rubbery goggles. It was the eye protection I was wearing was hard plastic, and it has a bridge, a bubble right where that fucker hit. Look, watch this. Look, that log would have fucking hit this and fucking snapped that right in half, and a piece of plastic could have gone right into my fucking eye. Could have broken off and shot right into my eye or something. So I think, mental note, next time I'm out with the chainsaw, working with wood or whatever, these probably aren't the best ones to wear. I'm probably going to want to wear some flexible ones, But, just be safe and protect your eyes. Don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? I don't want anybody getting their eyes taken out. Okay, so, Enoch David Tamilero says, I am the man. Thank you, Tamilero. David Long, Amy, Megsy, Luke, Debbie, Tamilero, Megsy, Enoch, Chris, Tess. Hi, Tess. Megsy, glad you weren't wearing them at the time. Yeah, I think, it could have stopped it, or maybe not. Maybe it would have taken the hit, and I wouldn't have a fucking big scar in between my eyes. We'll never know. I do know that log hit me really fucking hard, though, man. Because it didn't have a sharp edge. It was literally the force of the shot that caused this. It blew my skin apart. It would just hit me so fucking hard. Hey, always token, Steven, Megsy. So is trail camera up now? No, I haven't put the trail cam up, but thank you for reminding me. I need to do that. I saw some raccoon tracks this morning. Hey, Quentin Bomberry Burnham. How's it going, buddy? I like your name. Sava, what's up, Sava? Happy Sunday, fun day. Oh, damn it. Glad you're all right. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys want to see it up close? Up close and personal like? I'm running this show. You guys might notice it should be HD. Should be the sharpest show I've ever run. We're running, oh, well, no, it's downgraded. No. We're still running 720. My bad. It's starting out as 1080, but then it's converting it. Look at the way that fucking thing hit me. Boom. Just nailed me. It was fucking gushing blood, man. I was like, is it going to stop? I'm out here, an eighth of a mile from my frickin' house on foot with the dog with me. I was like, I hope this stops bleeding, man. I was making a video when I got smacked in the head. The video was on pause, and as soon as I got hit, I went right over the camera and turned the camera on. I was like, I just got hit in the head. And then it starts bleeding right on camera. I'm like, oh, look at that. Yeah, if it hit me a little harder, I probably would have needed the stitches. That's right. Hey, Chuckles, McGusky, McGriddle, McGee. What's up, buddy? So I cleaned up. I've been spending. The reason I'm late for the 420 show, over an hour, is because I cleaned up my whole desk area. It gets dusty. And just it takes like 2 months, and then there's just dust everywhere. So I take the whole desk out of the way. I get to the TV set. I dust off the TV set, the router and the fan. I take downstairs. I blow those out with my air compressor. Get all the dust out of those. Bring them back up. Reconnect it. And I was watching Matt Dillahunty and Graham Elwood simultaneously, 2 lives. And I got a problem with my audio and video still being off. Man, I deleted the fucking drivers for Windows 10 audio. I reinstalled the Realtek drivers, and it's still fucking doing it. It's doing, and I cleared my fucking cookie cache on Windows Chrome. I thought on Google Chrome. I thought maybe that might have something to do with it. Dude, it doesn't matter if I use Chrome or if I use that new one. What's it called? Microsoft Edge. It still goes off by about 2 seconds. It takes about a minute or two, and then it starts going off, and then it gets almost like a second or two off. And it's driving me crazy, and it's making my interviews horrible because the guest sound is off from what they're saying, and I don't know how to fix it, and I'm so frustrated. And I swear to fuck, if there was a button in front of me and it said you can literally blow up the office of Microsoft and kill everyone there right now, dude, I wouldn't even think about it. I'm so fucking angry about this shit. You know why? Because my Windows 7 never had problems like this. And they forced me into Windows 10. They fucking forced me to change. And, you know, with the threats and shit. Oh, you better do it now. If you don't do it now, Windows 7's not going to be fucking updated anymore. Rah, rah, rah. So, now I have to deal with this. If you told me, we will drop a nuclear bomb on Microsoft right now, all you have to do is press a button. Boom, I'm pressing the fucking button. I will murder every single one of those motherfuckers with the thoughtless press of a button. Because they were thoughtless when they took my fucking Windows 7. They were thoughtless when they took my Windows XP away, which was all I ever fucking needed. That operating system was perfect. No, they had to dick it up, and fucking then came, you know, some other bullshit and Vista and all that shit. Then came Windows 7 sucking my fucking dick, but I finally upgraded to that, got used to that, had to fucking hammer out all of the problems and issues that I had with that. Oh, and just when I have Windows 7 working just right, oh no, now we're going to go to Windows 10. Well, suck my dick. Well, Chuckles, you know, one of these days, man, something's not going to work on your computer, and you're going to have to upgrade, bro, and you're going to fucking be hating that shit. They're going to fuck you, bro. They'll get you. They will get you. You know, I don't see anybody using Windows XP anymore. You know, a game is going to come out, and you're not going to be able to play it on your old operating system. You're going to have to upgrade. Yeah, I wouldn't say I loved Windows 7, but it was definitely better than Windows 10. I didn't have these audio issues, and audio is my fucking life. You know, if I say something, and then you hear it, and then a second later you see my mouth move, there's a fucking problem with your goddamn operating system, Microsoft. What the fuck is it, man? I'm unplugging USBs. You know, I'm rebooting. I'm fucking uninstalling and reinstalling my audio drivers. It's still fucking doing it, man. I'm trying to think. What the fuck did I do and when did I do it that this fucking mismatched audio shit started? I don't even know what the fuck I did, man. You know, but I do know it's driving me fucking crazy, and I'm screaming for somebody to fucking help me. I will pay you fucking money if you can fucking fix this problem, man. I don't give a fuck. You know, usually nobody wants to fucking fix your computer for you. So I always try to do it myself. Man, fucking somebody log into this motherfucker and fix it for me. I don't give a fuck. I'm at the end of my rope here, man. I've got, You know, next fucking interview, it's gonna suck my dick if I can't get this fixed first. God, fuck! I'll just get a new system. Yeah, that's what I should do, bro. I should just buy a fucking brand new computer. Oh, you already hit some games you can't play? Here you go. I don't throw around the word hate, says Keith. But I fucking hate Windows 10. That's what I do for work? Chris. Oh my fucking God. Really? You're a computer technician, bro? Okay. Let me tell you what's going on with my Windows 10 system. After I watch a YouTube video or I have a Zoom chat, the audio, I should say, the video starts lagging behind the audio. Maybe it's my fucking video cards, man. Maybe it's my fucking video. I just realized I probably have to update my fucking video card drivers. Oh my God, I just realized that's what it is. That's what the fuck it is. I gotta update my video card driver. It's the video is lagging behind the audio. It's not a problem with the audio. The problem is with the fucking video. Fuck! I'm so happy because I just figured it out. I know this is what the problem is. Yes, Corey, I know that Trump wants to ban TikTok, and I say ban that fucking service. I fucking hate TikTok. TikTok sucks my prick cock. Fuck fucking TikTok. It's like a tongue twister. Sucking fucking mother TikToking motherfucking. I don't like TikTok because I will never look at Hannibal Lecter the same way again. Okay? Anthony, what's his name? What's the actor's name that plays Hannibal Lecter? I can't remember his fucking name. But you know, he gets on Anthony Hopkins. Thank you, Corey. You're a wonderful person. He gets on fucking. See, I'm already forgetting his name because I'm forgetting him. He gets on TikTok and does some stupid fucking TikTok dance. And I'm like, dude, you're fucking Hannibal Lecter. You know, I understand if fucking dumb bitch Ellen fucking gets on there and does it, but not you, bro. Not you. You had an image to uphold, you know? Hardware acceleration is turned on for your audio drivers. This is usually what causes delays and lag. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to turn on hardware acceleration for audio. I've never heard of that before, and I wouldn't even know. I go into my sound settings and check. Here, let me look. Sound settings. Okay. Fucking Windows 10 sucks my dick with that stupid blue screen that comes up now when you want to pull up settings. You know what? Everybody at Microsoft that works on Windows 10, I hope you all drop dead. I hope your children all die of cancer. I hope your parents all fucking die. I hope all your fucking families and your bloodlines all fucking die out. Suck my dick! It's just a box you check? Advanced sound options? Or device properties? App volume. Reset recommended defaults. Get help, give feedback. Master volume. Speakers. Input. High definition audio device. No, that's not it. There's nothing there. I'm going to go to device properties. I'm sure that's not it. Speakers. Disable. Spatial sound format off. Additional device properties. Why, dude? Why don't you put them all on one page? You guys literally suck my dick. Use this device. Levels. Enhancements. Disable all enhancements is checked. Advanced. Allow applications to take exclusive control of this device. Give exclusive mode applications priority. They're both checked. I don't know. Oh, Keith Brian Freeman. That's why I'm here, brother. It's all I hear. My 9-year-old watches it and loves it. It makes her laugh. Well, Megsy, it's for 9-year-old children. There you go. Perfect example of fucking TikTok. It's designed for a fucking 9-year-old. Okay, so maybe turn off allow applications to take exclusive control of this device and see what that does. Let's try that. There's advanced. Okay, and then there's spatial sound is off. Okay, that's it. All right, let's pull up a video on YouTube. Let's see, what video do we want to watch? Maybe Thunderfoot's got something new up? You can can butter and it can last 5 years. Huh, I didn't know that. Okay, there's nobody live. I usually go for live. I'll just Furious Trumpist asking me for free stuff. All right, let me go to David Pacman. Of course he's Trumpist, which is it's Trumpist. He's such a douchebag. You know, yes,
we have a voicemail now.
Yes, all Trump supporters are racists. We all know that. If you support Trump, you're a fucking racist because you're supporting a racist. But calling all Trump supporters Trumpists isn't helping the fucking cause, David Pacman. You're such a douchebag. You're so unlikable. You know, and it's because that's a simple thing right there is that you use this word Trumpists because it sounds like racists. And I called him out on it on his show and he's like, oh no, I don't say, I use that because it's blah, blah, blah. He's got some whole fucking excuse for it. Like Marxists. You know? It's fucking so stupid.
Number. That number is 2192.
I hope this guy really busts his balls.
You guys are going to love this. I have this furious Trumpist, Jimmy from Philly, who calls him.
Oh, I know Jimmy. He's usually drunk or on crack.
He is very much like an anti...
Dude, Jimmy gets
Sanders,
fucking ripped and goes and gets on.
Handouts.
It's so funny.
People to
he hates Pacman.
By the bootstraps and all that typical stuff. He heard that I was getting a new microphone. And indeed, if you're watching today is the first day with my new Shure SM7B. I know it doesn't sound perfect yet, but we're working on it. And so Jimmy called, and he said, hey, can I have your old microphone for free? Take a listen to this.
David, Jimmy from Philly, I hear you're getting a new microphone.
Right.
How about letting me have the old one? I'll pay shipping,
Yeah. So, Jimmy wants free stuff.
It's already behind.
What has Jimmy done to earn my EV RE20, which I've used for 10 years? If I'm going to get, honestly, we've been thinking.
No, David Pacman's microphone sounds perfect. I wouldn't change a goddamn thing. Hi, Cheryl. How was your tanning? All right, so toggle the switch to all position then. Yeah, Chuckles, there's no, that you're like in the settings tab. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. In the settings tab. Where? In the settings tab, where? You know? Advanced. There's no advanced at the bottom. There's an advanced near the top. Manage sound devices. Yeah, under sound, there's actually not even an advanced here. About sound. Yeah, I'm in settings. That's what Google said for Windows 10. For Windows 10. Oh, looks like somebody got blocked from my live stream. Oh, sucks to be you. Maybe you're not going to see your cute little word scroll across my fucking screen, huh? Oh. Sucks to be you, douchebag. Yeah, that's not helping, Chuckles. You're not helping. I'm sorry. You're not helping. You're hurting. You're hurting me. You're hurting my cause. You know, I'm pretty sure that fuck the sound. It's not the sound, guys. I'm pretty sure it's my fucking video cards. I know you guys want to fucking ignore me, and you guys want to act like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'm on old video card drivers because I was having a specific problem, and I haven't updated my video drivers in a while. So shut the fuck up. I know what the issue is now. Quit trying to take me off my goddamn train tracks, bitch. Hey, everybody, watch this. Hey, Super Green Bacon, what's up, buddy? Oh, I am a pussy. You're a pussy too, motherfucker. You, Super Green Bacon, you just want to be me. You just wish you were as cool as I am now. Ah. Ugh. I'm not a liberal, you jack fuck. You know, if I was a fucking asshole liberal, would I have fucking 45 autos, motherfucker? Yeah, right. Tell it to your mama. Tell it to your mama. Tell it to your mama. She's the only one that gives a fuck. If you're lucky. Ah. It's so funny people call me a liberal. I lean left. I'm not a liberal, man. I like my guns. Okay? That means I'm not a fucking liberal. You know, because liberals are anti-gun. So can't call me a fucking... You definitely can't call me a fucking liberal. Unless liberals want to change their fucking platform, then they could win me over. But they're a bunch of fucking pussies with children in school. And they're worried about, you know... They're worried about their children's lives at school being mass murdered. I'm worried about my life being fucking murdered in my home. You know, I don't have kids. So... I need my gun. I need some more guns. And I need lots of bullets. Thank you, Titus. Fuck liberals, says Cheryl. We're independents here, motherfucker. Yeah, it's so funny. You come in here and you try to cut down liberals and you think you're talking to me. Maybe you should have checked my politics when you came in the door, you dumbass. I'm a fucking independent. Because... Yeah, Quinn, I'll check out your fucking link to your stupid fucking t-shirt, but I'm not really happy with you. I gotta say, after fucking yesterday's show, man, I don't even know who the fuck I'm talking to. I don't even know who the fuck Quinn Pascal is. Angry connoisseur. Dude, nobody's gonna buy that stupid fucking shirt. Are you kidding me? You guys suck my dick. Look, Quinn, I'm blocking you because you're a horrible fucking artist, man. That doesn't even look like me. You should have at least taken a goddamn photograph of me and photoshopped the photo. You made a stick figure? Fuck you, man. You guys are fucking... God, you're so fucking ghetto. Get the fuck away from me, man. You can't even tell me who the fuck you are. Chris, I appreciate your help so much. I really do. But I don't think you heard me when I told you I already fucking figured out what the issue was. It's my video card drivers, and it's like it's just going right over your head, man. How many times do I have to say that? Let me know, Chris. Like I said, I appreciate the offer to help, and if I needed your help, I'd definitely take you up on it. But let me know if you're hearing me, man. I figured the problem out. I know it's my video card drivers. I just have to update them. Are you hearing me now, Chris? Let me know. Let me know. I swear to fuck, I'm trying to be as nice as I can. You're working? Okay, cool. Good. You just didn't hear me. Okay. Okay, cool. Anyhow, so... I still want to hear this motherfucker. Let's listen.
should we auction off? I've used that microphone for 10 years. It still works perfectly.
It's a fine microphone.
I could sign the microphone with a Sharpie, or not. I mean, if people don't want it, we could auction it off, for example, and do something interesting. I'm going to send it to a furious Trumpist who I've had to kick off of my phone lines for his virulent homophobic statements. That's who I'm going to send a $500 microphone to. So, Jimmy, first of all,
nice
why
mic,
not
$500
figure out how to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get yourself a microphone?
Dude.
You don't have to spend $500 like on an EVR E20.
I gotta say, David Pakman naming the price of his microphone just made me like him a little bit more than I've ever liked him before. Now he's showing some fucking balls, and I like that. He's not acting like a little fucking timid pussy. He's growing the fuck up, and he's starting to talk to people like they deserve to be talked to. And when somebody wants to be a douchebag, it's okay to throw some dollar figures around and put them in their place. That makes me feel good. Hey, I might want to have a beer with this guy someday after all. Let's see what else he says. I'm kind of curious now. Hey, Slowski.
20. You can get a $20 microphone, okay, Jimmy? So that's first of all. You don't have to come begging me for handouts. And number two,
He's
I'm going to
pissed.
give the microphone to someone. I'm not going to give it to someone who calls in and says such disgusting things. You know I appreciate hearing from people from all sides, Jimmy, and your calls are welcome, but a free microphone?
He never has read it. He's,
It
hey,
seems
Ice,
like
I'm
it's a
packing
little
right
bit
now,
of
buddy.
entitlement that I'm hearing there. So
I'm packing for Ice.
maybe we will auction it off, and maybe Jimmy will win. But I am unable, Jimmy, to send you a free $500 microphone. I apologize for that. On the
Fucking
bonus
A.
show today, Donald Trump has signed an executive order, or executive, as I've heard some people say. I say executive order, on drug prices. Planet Fitness, a gym chain, is now going to start requiring members and guests to wear masks
Yeah.
in their gyms at all times.
Yeah, they
which is
should.
infuriating a lot of gym goers.
Fuck
And we
'em.
will also
Let 'em work
talk
out at
about
home
what
if they don't
some
like
are
it.
calling hygiene theater. Hygiene theater. Now, I'm not talking about
No law
masks,
regarding
but
cannabis.
I'm talking
Cannabisism,
about
just for all. Cheers,
some
everybody.
other elements
Mike,
of hygiene.
cheers. Ice,
That there are
cheers.
even medical experts saying this is hygiene theater. If it makes us feel better, okay. But from the standpoint of actual science, some of the things that are being done or recommended around the virus are merely theater, merely optics. We will talk about that on the bonus show as well. How do you get access to the bonus show? Beautiful, perfect question. 2 ways. Number 1, get...
Oh, shut up. Just shut up, David. Just wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. We should listen to that song. It's such a great song, and it really makes me dance. God, does anybody remember the name of the song? Maybe it'll be in my history. Why not just join the conversation? I'm over having over 20 plus from liking every post I asked you the other night, and you liked it. I'm not letting you ruin my time here. Timothy Reeder. Megsy, I don't understand what's going on. I liked all YouTube live streams and Facebook live streams currently live. Cheers. Thank you, David C. Baker. Cranky. God, I haven't said that in a while. Time to copy and paste. Dude, I'm buying a shirt. What kind of a shirt, Levi? No likey the cranky. Salutations. Nay. Hey, Mickey. No likey the cranky. No likey the cranky. You're remembering shit. Your memory's starting to fucking act up. Okay, where's my history? Library. Here it is. Library. We want to hear. Just wait a moment. Oh, wait a moment. And just wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Come on, where is it? Come on, where is it? Come on. Isn't it on here? Oh, just wait a moment. I've got it. I got it. 4 minutes of dance music, bro. I'm so happy. God, this is the best song on the internet. I'm thoroughly convinced.
Okay, so just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. You are successfully registered in our. Just wait a moment, sir.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, is that you on? Are you here now? Because my screen changed.
Yeah. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. You are successfully registered in our your billing department. So your form is generated. Okay, just wait a moment. Okay. Just wait a moment.
Okay.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouse, okay? Just leave your mouse, sir. Just leave your mouse, okay?
Okay. I mean, this is my computer, though.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouse, okay? Just leave your mouse, sir. Just leave your mouse, okay?
Okay. I mean, this is.
Leave your mouse alone. Leave your mouse alone.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir.
I'm still here.
Don't
You
touch
just
your
gotta
mouse.
tell me what to
I'm
do.
telling you, just wait a moment, okay? Okay, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment.
Should I wait a moment?
Yeah, just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment.
Okay. Should I continue to wait a moment?
Yeah, just wait a moment, sir.
What
Wait
about now?
a moment.
Should I continue?
No, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouse, okay? Just leave your mouse, sir. Just leave your mouse, okay?
Okay. I mean, this is my computer, though.
Just wait a moment.
This is so many moments.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment.
Hey, Mike Jones.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouse, okay? Just leave your mouse, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment.
Here we go. There we go. Let's just go. Give me that right, and then I'll go. Just wait a moment. 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 Okay, just wait a moment.
You know, I love the fucking video because he's jamming just like I am to the music. So we should watch this from the beginning because it never gets old and it's awesome and he's dancing the whole time and it makes it even better. So here, you guys should watch it with me and let's get high. Let's smoke and enjoy this fucking video. What do you guys say? This guy is fucking so awesome. It's Kit Boga. Kitboga on YouTube. Kit Boga.
Okay, so just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. You are successfully registered in our. Just wait a moment, sir.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, is that you on? Are you here now? Because my screen changed.
Yeah. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. You are successfully registered in our your billing department. So your form is generated. Okay, just wait a moment. Okay. Just wait a moment.
Okay.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouse, okay? Just leave your mouse, sir. Just leave your mouse, okay?
Okay. I mean, this is my computer, though.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouse, okay? Just leave your mouse, sir. Just leave your mouse, okay?
Okay. I mean, this is my computer, though.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir.
I'm still here. You just gotta tell me what to
I'm
do.
telling you, just wait a moment, okay? Okay, just wait a moment.
That's called Luke. That's called snapping. You know, it just depends. I like snapping because it conserves cannabis, and when you're living on an island like Australia, you know, it's not like the United States, man. We've got cannabis everywhere. And I know from my Australian friends, from what I've heard, anybody that's got cannabis in Australia usually fucking grows it themselves. It's not as easy to get there. So I understand if you're doing a personal hit, which we call snapping, a personal hit, you're doing that to conserve it, man. And that's fine. I'm a grower. I've got pounds and pounds of cannabis. I don't need to snap hits to get by, to save my stuff. I don't mind doing that just to demonstrate to you guys it's a good way to conserve, but you know, it's all relative to the amount of cannabis you have, I think. I like having a big fat bowl because if I'm snapping, and let's say I'm snapping a small hit, you know, and I'm getting near the end of it and I'm wishing, man, I wish there was more in this bowl. It's gone. Nothing I can do about it. If I'm on a full bowl and I'm only going to be able to smoke about half of it and I want to smoke a little bit more or the whole fucking thing, it's there for me. And if I only smoke half, it doesn't burn the terps on the other side, so it still tastes good. You don't have to burn the whole top, hun, whenever you're smoking. You just burn half the bowl. And let me tell you something. I was smoking, you know, not long ago with somebody, and I remember they only smoked just a little corner of the bowl and then passed it. And I was like, oh, I like the way you smoke. That's fucking cool, bro. I was like, that's the way I smoke too. If I'm smoking with other people, I don't roast the whole top of the bowl and ruin it for everybody. But we know how to do that here. We're smoking in a circle with friends and doing bong rips. It's very common. We call that cornering the bowl. When you just let the flame hit just a corner of it, and you only smoke that little bit, and the rest is all green, so everybody still gets a green hit. And hopefully the next person will do the same thing and save that for the next person. But when you're rolling like this, bro, times 20, like I am, you're packing big fat bowls, you know. That's what my poker's for. And let me tell you this. When you snap bowls, your ashes are going into your bong. Every time you snap that bowl, your water's getting dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. What you see me do is I'll smoke a big fat bowl, way more than your little snap. But I get down to the bottom and I'll start slowing down until I don't suck the ashes through. And then I dump the ashes with my poker in the trash can. That leaves my water cleaner, so I don't have to go change the water as often. Now, I had a friend from Australia I used to smoke with. This guy would clean his water every session, man. Every time we'd smoke, his bong would be crystal clear. It was like a big deal for him. What was his name, man? Fuck, man. It's been so long. I used to call him AC. Was it Aussie? AGC. Aussie something Connect. What was the G? AGC. Aussie Gaming Connect. Was that what it was? Does anybody remember AGC? Was that his name? Aussie Gaming Connect? It was AGC, I'm pretty sure. But let me know. Here's my boy, man. I miss that kid. I think he got married and had a kid or something. I don't know. I don't see him anymore. AGC. You guys don't remember AGC. That's cool. Just wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Please, wait a moment. We gotta listen to this all over again from the beginning. It never gets old. I fucking love this goddamn video. This is Kit Boga. One word on YouTube. You should all be subscribed to his channel. Oops. And hit that bell icon and make sure you click all. I don't know why I wasn't subscribed. Must have subscribed to him from another one of my channels. But now I'm oh, that's not his channel. That's not his channel. My bad. My bad. That's somebody else's channel that's got this on it. Okay, my bad. But Kit Boga is this guy. And that's the channel. It's called Kit Boga. Kitboga, I believe. How long do you wait to clean your water? Usually like once every 2 or 3 weeks because, like I said, Levi, I'm not snapping. I'm not pulling my ashes through. My water stays a lot cleaner than if I was pulling those ashes in, man. It'd get black within just a couple of days, and it would taste horrible, too. And it would smell. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is tis for all. Cheers, everybody. See, and that leaves a nice green hit for the next hit, and it'll still taste good. Hey, Timothy. Joey Wiggins, right on. No, Levi. It would take a long time before some mold started growing inside your bong like that. Take a long time.
Okay, so just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment.
Just wait a moment.
You are successfully registered
Levi,
for-
just wait a moment. Wait a moment.
sir.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, is that you? Are you here now?
Wait a
Is my
moment.
Screen
Yeah,
changed.
yeah. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. You are successfully registered in our your building department, so your form is related. Okay, just wait a moment. Okay, just wait a moment.
Okay.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouth. Okay, just leave your mouth, sir. Just leave your mouth. Okay.
Okay.
That baseline.
Yeah, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouth.
I love the
Okay, just leave
baseline.
your mouth, sir. Just leave your mouth. Okay.
Okay. I mean, this is my computer though.
Yeah, just wait a moment. Just wait
Bass.
a moment, sir.
I'm still here. You just gotta tell me what to
I'm
do.
telling you, just wait a moment, okay? Okay, just
It's not a
wait
guitar,
moment.
it's a
Just wait
bass.
Should I wait a moment?
Yeah, just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment.
Okay. Should I continue to wait a moment?
Yeah, just wait a moment, sir.
What about now? Should I continue?
No, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Yeah, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouth, okay? Just leave your mouth, sir. Just leave your mouth, okay?
Okay. I mean, this is my computer though.
Yeah, just wait a moment.
This is so many moments.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Yeah, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouth, okay? Just leave your mouth, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment.
Here we go. Let's just go. Give me that rhythm, and then I'll go. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment.
That's the breakdown.
Wait a moment.
What happens if you don't clean your water? And cheers. Where am I from? I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I lived there for 40 years, and I moved here to Northern California. I've been here for 10.
Okay. Just wait a moment.
This is a real banger. What do they call this? This is the jam.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Yeah, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouth, okay? Just leave your mouth, sir. Just leave your mouth, okay?
Okay. I mean, this is my computer though.
Yeah, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir.
No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers, everybody.
Wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouth, okay? Just leave your mouth, sir. Just leave your mouth, okay?
Okay. I mean, this is my computer though.
Yeah, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir.
Can you give me like an estimate of how many more moments I should wait?
Just 2 or 5 minutes, sir. Okay?
2 or 5 minutes? That's not a moment.
Okay, just wait a moment, sir.
That's what you've been telling me for the past dozen moments. How many more moments do I gotta do? Should I just wait a moment?
Oh yeah, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. So just wait a moment. Wait a moment. So wait a moment. So just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. So wait a moment. So just wait a moment. Wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouth, okay? Just leave your mouth, sir. Just leave your mouth, okay?
Okay. I mean, this is my computer though.
Yeah, just wait a moment.
This is so many moments.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouth, okay? Just leave your mouth, sir.
And now, how many more moments do you need again? Should I just wait a minute instead of a moment?
Just wait a moment, sir.
Levi, not due to COVID, there shouldn't be anybody in prison or jail for cannabis, period. It's got nothing to do with fucking COVID, bro. It's no law regarding cannabis, man, at all. Fuck the COVID thing. Then no one should have been there in the first place. Kit Boga. That's it. KITBOGA, guys. Twitch.tv.
Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Okay, sir. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. You are successfully registered in our. Just wait a moment, sir.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, is that you? Are you here now? Because my screen changed.
Yeah. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. You are successfully registered in our your building department. So your form is related. Okay, just wait a moment. Okay. Just wait a moment.
Okay.
Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just leave your mouse, okay? Just leave your mouse, sir. Just leave your mouse, okay?
Okay. I mean, this is my computer, though.
Yeah, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, sir. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just wait a moment. Just.
God, I fucking love it. Oh, what a great song. Cool. We're good. You want to see the grow? I haven't been out there in days, man. Days. I probably got tomatoes ready to go. There might be zucchinis out there ready to go. I'm sure I have pole beans ready to go. I know there's lettuce ready to eat. So, bottom of the hour. What's my thickest stalk? I'd say bigger around than the thick side of a baseball bat, bro, for sure. You know, how big around is a baseball bat? I got that beat. Okay, Google. How thick is the biggest side of a baseball bat?
According to Wikipedia, the bat shall be a smooth, round stick not more than 2.61 inches in diameter.
2.6. I'm probably over 3 inches, man. Out there. I got some big trunks on those trees. They're huge. You know, I'm talking bigger around than this motherfucker right here. Huge. But like I said, I haven't been out there in a while. No, I haven't done that, Levi. Good question. I like when people come in here asking questions and shit, man. It's cool. Keep me engaged, Levi. You're a good person, man. Just wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Oh, man, I gotta check my... No, maybe not yet. I gotta check my battery, though. It's gonna be soon. I'm sure I've got to switch over. Yeah, now's the time. Boom. Now's the time to switch over. It's getting 99. Perfect. I caught it at 6:30. Fucking it. It's starting to hurt. I gotta put my paint oil on. Ow. Man, it's starting to fucking sting all of a sudden. Holy shit. It's like the paint oil just wore off. I hadn't put it on since that last show. Hours ago. It's lasted me that long. Okay. That should stop draining my battery. As soon as the sun goes down, that's when I have to flip over the mode. Have you ever used a mode? Okay. Do I do Sea of Green? No, not really. No, that's keeping plants short. You can see these plants are outside in a greenhouse, and they're approaching probably 12 and 13 feet tall, and those other ones behind right there are probably somewhere around 9, 10, not 10 or 11. I'm gonna guess now. What kind of paint oil? Oh, this stuff. It's at naysgarden.com. Triage oil. You can go to triageoil.com. You can go to naysgarden.com. You can go to trendyasavers.com. Nays Garden is probably the easiest one. Dude, every time I put this on an open wound, I think it's going to sting. It never does. This whole area is sore. All this is about like an inch in a circle. Oh, dude. If you rub it right into the pain where it hurts, that's what makes it stop hurting. No more pain. Dude, I got hit in the head with a 2-inch round fucking log today. It hit me so hard that it burst open my skin on contact. It stings really bad. It's a very painful injury, and it would probably be hurting me throughout the day. Only thing is I'm using this triage oil, and that hole in my head right now, it doesn't hurt anymore. It's got a little tiny bit of THC oil in it, just 1% of THC oil. 98% coconut oil, 1% peppermint oil. That's it. Those are the 3 ingredients. And it's magical. It fucking boom. I'm a goddamn wizard. I'm a goddamn magician. I'd be put on the goddamn stake and burned because I make people's pain disappear. Phew, it's gone. No more pain. Pain? What do you mean pain, pal? What'd you order that pain on your BlackBerry? Nobody even does those anymore, pal. Nobody has pain anymore, pal. Unreal. I bought one of your shirts and saw the logo, so now I know it's quality. Levi. What is causing them so not stretch but actually spread out and bush? They're in the sunlight? They're in straight up fucking sunlight? You know, if you had thousands of watt of indoor light, you wouldn't have stretching either. Plants don't need to stretch when they've got enough light. Stretching is a sign that a plant needs light. It's looking for light. You know, you've got some lame ass lighting if your plants are stretching and you need to step up your freaking game. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this show. You're going to learn every fucking thing that you need to do right here in order to do this. And if you fucking hate me, then all you have to do is run over to that website up there, naysgarden.com. And even if you fucking hate me, you can go to the website, you can click on the link at the top of the screen. It says grow 4 pounds, and you can learn everything that I do to make that happen, and you can go do it yourselves. All of you should be bong loaded. What's up, son? Are you upside down? What's going on in that photograph, son? Oh, I see. That's your head. Oh, I see. It's your head. You got a mask on because you're cool as fuck. What? I love that you're wearing a mask, bro. I love it. Wow, everybody, it's fucking bong loaded is here. I can't believe it. I haven't seen you in a long time, bro. I'm so glad you're here. You guys need to see this guy's a live streamer, a podcaster like me. Are you still doing it, bro? I don't go on Facebook anymore. Is that where you're at? You still doing YouTube? You're watching from YouTube? Yeah, I see that. You guys all need to check out Bong Loaded's channel on YouTube. Bong Loaded. Go subscribe to his channel and make sure you click that bell icon so it lets you know every time he puts up something on his channel. You're still doing it, right, Bong Loaded? "20 years ago." Year 2000, that's what that pic is from, 2000. You're still doing it, right, bro? You're still podcasting? Nate, can you explain what kind of nutrients to use? Yeah, don't fuck nutrients, bro. You don't need nutrients. You need vegetable compost. Levi, go to my website. Trust me, bro. Go to my website. Go to naysgarden.com. Click on the link at the top of the screen. It says grow 4 pounds. You won't need nutrients. You know, I'll recommend this. Get yourself Liquinox fish fertilizer. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like 355 or something like that. It's all you'll need if you're doing vegetable compost and you're putting everything in your vegetable compost that I'm telling you to do. Just ended alive. That's how I ended up here. Badass. Okay, great. Listen, bong loaded. As somebody who podcasts just like me, bro, you should watch Graham Elwood's movie. It's called Earbuds. And I'm telling you, bong loaded, it changed my fucking life. And anybody that I know that podcasts like you and I do, I would fucking beg them to watch this movie. It literally changed my life. It's like a 2-hour-long movie, bro. And it's really touchy-feely. And you might cry. But I'm fucking telling you, bro, you need to watch that fucking movie. It's called Earbuds by Graham Elwood. It's on YouTube. And if you want to rent it, it's like $3 or $5 or something like that. I bought it. I think it was $11 or $13. Which reminds me, has Ron Placone started going live yet again, guys? Do you know? Ronnie, I gotta catch him when he gets back into town and get on that live stream. 5 days ago. No, he's not podcasting again yet. He's not home yet. Fucking get your ass home, motherfucker. He's already got 1,000 views on his last video. But maybe it's my soil. Can you grow veggies with your plants? Yeah, look right here, brother. Look right here. Okay. If you look right where I'm pointing, that's a giant fucking zucchini plant. You see it? Hard to tell because it's just as green and healthy as the cannabis plant, the pot that it's sitting in, right next to it, in the same pot. It's a 250-gallon pot. And yes, you can go grow vegetables right next to your cannabis. Can I post a link for you? Bro, Levi, it's naysgarden.com. Now look, just when you said it, my chat posted, but you probably don't see that on Facebook. Listen, bro, it's naysgarden.com. Levi, I'm sure you can remember that. My name is Nay. They call me Trendy Nay. You're in my garden. Oh, the movie? Earbuds on YouTube. Like the things you buy from, like, to listen to an iPad. Earbuds on YouTube. You'll find it if you just type it in. I can't send you a link because you're on Facebook, Levi. And you could be on one of any 6 of my channels. Plus, Restream won't ping it over to you because it sucks. I don't know why the chats don't mesh. But Earbuds by Graham Elwood. It's for rent on YouTube for like $3 to $5. Here, I'll find it, man. I'm really sad that Graham Elwood's not home yet. Dude, if I could ask Graham Elwood to let me play this on the live, oh man. Earbuds, the podcasting documentary. All right, here's a link for everybody that's not watching this from Facebook. I don't know how many. earbuds. You know, I wonder if Graham would just let me show some. I'm sure it would be okay if I'd show some clips. So I'll just show you a couple of really short clips from the movie, okay? Okay, here you go. I saw Rogan, who's just barely in this. Hey, Lane. You're going to check it out? You got his site pulled up? You can also go to Graham Elwood. Said he's still selling the DVDs for $15. You rock. Huh, it's not-
For our autographs, that was when I was just
I'll show you like 20 seconds. Huh. For some reason.
blown away. I remember us just catching eyes across from the room, just looking at each other, what is going on here? Yeah. What is our life becoming all of a sudden?
I love the quality of the podcasts that are available. I love that the comedians that are doing podcasts, which is a big part of the podcast community, we all support each other. We do each other's podcasts.
How your eyes precipitate.
There you go. There's just a little clip from the movie. It doesn't begin to show you what this movie has in it. Okay? You guys, it does no justice to show you a little clip of it. I'm telling you that this movie is fucking incredible. Here. Here, watch this. Another little clip. I'm letting it load.
Getting chemo. Because why not? This is the greatest job in the world, and I love every minute of it.
I would like you all to know that if you are going through chemo, you could say you're not available.
You could. There's a true heart to the podcast community. You know, just being here and you can see it. This is the pulse. This is where everybody's happy. They care about one another, and it just feels genuine.
Boom. Yeah, Graham Elwood owes me. I fucking found some really good spots. You guys check out that movie, Earbuds. It's available on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type in Earbuds, the podcasting documentary. That's what it's called, Earbuds, the podcasting documentary. It's 2 hours, and for $5 or whatever, it's not showing me how much it costs. Purchased. It just says purchased. I can't see. Oh, there's a thing on YouTube. It says purchases, right? Movies and shows, gaming, sports, show more. Lives just by doing what you love, man. You know? And it's a fantastic thing that you do, that we all do. That podcast. All right. It is 4:20 in Newfoundland. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabisism is for all. Cheers to all of you everywhere. I'm using the Logitech, I believe it's called a 910. I see the name of it all the time. This is a C920, the Logitech HD Pro Webcam C920. There you go. That's the name. It's got a little flip thing on it. It's really nice to have, actually. I can, if I need to shut the camera down really fast, it's got a thing that you just flip down. Really nice. All right, cheers, guys. Doing bong hits on the interview while Graham Elwood is talking. I love it. If you guys want to see those interviews, all of them are available for free at naysgarden.com, right at the top of the page, right when you get there. Press number 5 if you still haven't gone to naysgarden.com and seen the interviews there yet. Even if it's because you've seen all 6 interviews. Press 5 if you haven't gone to naysgarden.com and seen all the interviews there. Hey, James. Jonathan, I don't know if Bong Loaded is still here right now, but I can say this much. He's one of the very first guys on YouTube that I remember when I started doing this shit. I remembered Hash Bean. There was, Paul Token. There was, Bong Loaded, I think. And, this guy, Poke a Lot of Smot, 420. I'm sure that back then, there was a girl that was doing it way back then. I can't remember her YouTube name, man. But yeah, there was a girl, she was doing it. She was doing reviews and doing big bong rips, and big dabs and the whole thing. There was Sound Drone. Was doing it. And I'll tell you who else, Chubbs. Chubbs was doing that shit. And it's funny. Chubbs was with another guy. And there were 2 of them. Who remembers that channel from way back? Oh God, there were these other guys too, man. They were 3 guys that sat on a couch. Mountain Man? Yeah, Mountain Man. I remember Mountain Man later. I don't remember Mountain Man in the beginning. No, I've never gone to Bongathon. There were 3 guys that sat on a couch, and they were in Colorado. Yes, Jolie Oli was on. That's true. He was doing it back in the day. Heard about him early. Marijuana Man. Marijuana Man was doing it. He's one of the first, actually. He's probably the first. I wouldn't be surprised. God, man, I'm remembering just about. Oh, there's Red Band was doing it. They're the two brothers. Had them on the show. Had Hash Bean on the show. Had Red Band on the show. Had Sound Drone on the show. Urban Remo was probably on the internet. I hadn't heard of him yet, but I'm sure he was doing it before I was. The Urban Grower. I'm sure he was doing it. But I started uploading videos. I switched to live streaming as soon as I found out about it. But it really it wasn't that long ago. You know, we were all uploading videos, but the first ones to do podcasting, live streaming, it was Marijuana Man. And fucking A. What was his name? Bong Rip. He was doing it. He was one of the first. Bong Rip and Marijuana Man, Hash Bean was uploading, but Hash Bean wasn't live streaming, podcasting. I think Bong Rip was. I think he was podcasting. Yeah, 420terrorist@gmail.com. What's the name of the guy that did the 13-gram dab? Dude, Mountain Man was the one that did the 13-gram dab. Actually, I think it was bigger than 13 grams, wasn't it, Jonathan? You're the one that said the Mountain Man. You didn't see him do that giant dab. I think it was 14. It was like a half-ounce dab, or it was an even number, 18 gram. 18-gram dab or something like that. But, it was basically just circular breathing it through. You're not really doing a dab when you're doing it like that. You're just kind of like, hotboxing it. You're not holding that shit in. And man, I'd like to see him just stop for 1 second, hold that shit in. He's like, he's fucking hyperventilating the whole dab. But I would never fucking attempt that shit. Fuck that. That was bad as fuck. Yeah, why would I give a fuck about a racist cunt like that, Jonathan? And why do you give a fuck about that racist cunt? Is really my question I should be asking. Huh? Why you give a fuck about a racist cunt, Jonathan? Zendagus. Do you like the way I murdered your fucking last name? Let that be a warning to all of you with hard to pronounce last names. I'm gonna go Dexter on them motherfuckers. Think of what a waste of a dab. Well, yes. And that's what I said at first, but then, you know what somebody said? I think it was in response to my comment on that YouTube video. They said, it shows that the shit doesn't kill you. And I'm like, that's true. It shows that even if you smoke fucking, 15 grams, 15, what was it, 15 grams? Whatever it was, 14 grams, 20 grams, 28 grams. Was it a 28 gram dab? It was an ounce. I think he dabbed an ounce. Whatever it was, it shows it doesn't kill you, man. And that is important, And I had a lot more respect for him after someone had said that. How you like to hit a bowl? No, I'm going to do a dab, bruh. I'm doing a dab, bruh. I'm doing a dab, bruh. I'm getting dabby with it. Actually, I was just getting my stuff together right before you asked. You guys ever like see one of my shows on YouTube or Facebook and it'll say that I'm live? So you get all excited, it's red, live. So you click on it and it like ended an hour ago. And even sometimes you don't know it ended an hour ago and you go in there and you start participating in the chat and you start chatting along. If that's ever happened to you, press number 2. Press number 2 if that's ever happened to you guys before. I don't really recommend you try to, I just don't like the flavor of bubble hash, man. Full melt, is a little bit different, but at the same time, man, if it's not done right, I don't like it. It's got to be done just right, man, and it takes a goddamn artist to get that shit right, as far as I'm concerned. Just wait the moment. Wait the moment. Wait the moment. Yeah, you guys participated in chats that the show was already over because they can't get their fucking software right. It's not your fault. Man, it happened to me today. I saw that, or yesterday, Nature Bats Last was live, and in order to participate in the chat, I had to buy into the channel. It was like $5 just so I could chat with Guy McPherson. So I went ahead and I bought the $5 monthly membership. And I click on the live, and it's like live stream ended an hour ago. I'm like, suck my dick. It's like they lied to me to get me to fucking buy the goddamn chat. I was so pissed. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers, everybody. Nice big fat dab for you guys. For all you dabbers out there. Let's hear it for all you dabbers out there doing dabs. I cleaned it. Torched the shit out of it. I torched it into submission. Seven tens in 5 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it after that dab. Oh my goodness. This is a porcelain carb cap. I believe. I could be wrong. It's been known to happen a lot lately, actually, as I grow senile and tired. God, man. You know what I realized is one of the reasons that log hit me in the face today? I had just finished sawing through that log. And I was And then I just picked up that one stick and threw it. And I was tired, you know, from just sawing through it. And that is why I fucking hit myself in the face with that goddamn log. Why I wasn't thinking, you know, nothing was working properly in my brain. Been smoking Diamond all day. I had to switch it up after I woke up from my dab coma. Psh, unreal. Nobody smokes till they get into a dab coma anymore, pal. Psh, unreal. Psh. Psh. So, we've got a little bit of a waterfall action going on out there. Look, I know how to make it so you guys can see the waterfall. Watch this. See that? Wait a moment. I'm gonna have to smile like this now from now on for pictures to hide the huge scar I'm gonna have right there. I'll be like, hey mom, I got another scar in the middle of my face. She's gonna be like, don't tell me it's anywhere near the one in the top of the bridge of your nose. Actually, it kind of completes the whole fucking ensemble, Mom. Edibles for pets. No, I don't. Oh, suck it up the smoke. Oh, wow, there is the waterfall. Yes, the waterfall is falling. But I don't like being so far here. I can't believe how much as that dog sleeps during the day that he sleeps all the way through the night. Hey, look everybody, it's 7:10. Happy 7:10 everybody, cheers. I'm good. You're good too, obviously. You're all very good, You're very good. I got a big hole in the middle of my face. You're very good. You're very good. Who wants to watch me get bashed in the face again? Anybody? You're very good, you. You're very good, you. It's a very good video, you getting bashed in the face, my friend. What did I tell you guys about sharing this in large groups on Facebook? Yeah. I guess I didn't make it clear on the last show, did I? Who wants to tell me how many shares this show has on Facebook right now? How many shares does this have on Facebook, everybody? Who's on Facebook watching? Who's on Foist? I don't know's on second. Who's on third? Who's on first? What's on second? And I don't know's on third. James McGill. How many shares are on that channel, James? You want to see the video? Let me make sure my yeah, battery's at 99, baby. We got that shit shut off, baby. No grid buying today, bitch. What? All grid sell. 60 fucking kilowatts on one. 60 fucking kilowatts on... 61.2 kilowatts on the other. Fuck yeah, bitch. Bitch. Bitch.
Nice, huh? So, yeah, that's no big dog. And it put something in here to block the way I can roll this thing over. So I just smacked myself in the head with a log. I was throwing it for my
Helicopter flying over. Dude. Another fast mover overhead. Fast mover overhead. Over. Fast mover overhead. Over. Seeing you cut that tree, putting up between you and Michael, yeah. Hey, Tony. 10 shares unacceptable. I should have at least 100 shares. I should have at least 200. Yeah, that's the ticket. I should have at least 200 shares on this video. What are you thinking, guys? Give me 200 shares on this video. Yeah, that's the ticket. Go ahead and share me in large groups on Facebook. Yeah, that's the ticket. That's what you want to do there. Yeah. So I said, don't worry. You won't get in trouble on Facebook if you share this everywhere in large groups. Yeah, that's the ticket. I said, get yourself a nose hair trimmer. Yeah, that's the ticket. It's in the fucking bathroom and I need to go get it. I got that vibrating nose hair disease. I yank them out with my goddamn fingernails. Pluck them. I pluck them out and I'm like, dude, these things, how do I just get rid of them forever, man? Laser treatment. I'm going to have the inside of my nostrils lasered. Zzz. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just keep doing that. Zzz. Oh, yeah, that doesn't hurt at all. And while you're doing it, let's get a tattoo on my eyeball. Since I've got such a high tolerance for pain. Bro, I put that trendy pain oil, that triage oil on my wound. It still doesn't hurt. You know, it's amazing. That stuff is so good. It works so good, even for this kind of a thing. You know, just beating the head. It's sore. It's open. It's a cut, and it's sore, and it's literally swollen. You can see it's raised from where it hit me. Bro, I feel sorry for anybody who feels like coming on my shitty little live stream is promoting theirs. It's not. Oh, God. Not a lot of people here, and for the few people that are here, they're really not interested in you. I saw what you have to offer, and you know, you could use some fucking help. On your eyeball that says Beazle. Beazle. Beazle and I have this really nice hike area. We completed the loop on the far side of the property. I've got more to go. A lot more to go, actually. A lot more. But what I got right now is fucking awesome. I mean, if you were into bicycling, mountain biking, you would have plenty of trails out here. You know, it's a loop. I mean, there's a bunch of loops, but there's different ways to go and different skill levels as far as, you know, incline. You know, you could take a straight or you could take a high one, you know. Oh, it's fucking awesome, man. So nice. Beezle. Is he waking up? Oh, look, he's stretching. He's so cute. Oh, the bees. Like they call me the bees. I keep beesling with trendy name. He's a beesler. He likes to beezle. Beezles around. He likes to beezle around. He's the beezle. He's doing some beesling from time to time. Up. We got a little action over there. Got a little beezle action. Hey, bees. Did you have fun today with your daddy? Did you see your daddy hit himself in the head with that big log? He was with me. I was throwing that log for him. Yeah? It's so funny how that happened. God, man. I should go down there and find that fucking log, man, and show you guys. Make a walking stick out of it. And be like, when I'm walking with it, be like, see the scar right here? Be a hell of a story, man. Where'd you get that crooked fucking cane at? It's oak tree or it's manzanita. Either one, it's hardwood. It's heavy ass hardwood. It might have been a manzanita. God damn. I saw some nice pieces of wood out there. You know? With that chainsaw, you could fucking do anything. You know, you can make a chair. You can make a chair out of a log in like seconds. You can make benches. It's so funny. You make walkways, stairs. This is the fucking stick that tried to beat me up. This is the stick that gave me this scar. And I stood there like a goddamn warrior and took it like a fucking monster. I was like, man, somebody fucking hit me in the goddamn face with a stick, and I didn't even flinch, man. I was like, you know, it hurt like a motherfucker. It hurt. But it didn't make me you know, I didn't get the little birdies flying above my head. I'm going, it didn't happen. The birdies never came out. The birdies are still in my head. Why you beesling? Why you beesling? You know, trolling definitely isn't the way to get your fucking podcast watched by people. It is not the way to do it. It is not the way to earn fucking followers. Showing everybody how much of a dick you are. Goodness gracious. I feel like playing another song on my guitar, but man, my hands are going numb when I'm playing guitar. I don't understand that. I'm gonna get angry if I grab that guitar and my hands start going numb again. You know, it's like fuck, man. My hands didn't go numb when I was playing electric guitar, did they? I played until you guys got sick of me. It's just the fucking tubes are burning out in that goddamn. I never went to go. Fuck, man. I never got tubes for my fucking amp. I have to pull it out of there, and it's. It's a whole production, dude. To get to that amplifier. It's a whole fucking production. Man, my desktop is so nice and clean, though. I'm so proud of myself for dusting all of this today. That's nice. The router's all dust-free. TV set's all wiped off. Everything's clean. Over there is a different story by the fireplace, doesn't it? I didn't touch that shit. The whole house could be dusted, man. You know? Wish there was some kind of a air purifier you could buy where you wouldn't get dust in the house. Wouldn't that be fucking awesome, man? I mean, I run these air conditioners all the time. I still get dust everywhere. And I have to clean the filters on them all the time. You know, like once every 2 or 3 months. Dude, I remember dust building up in like when I lived in Orlando, Florida. I don't remember having to dust that often. Huh. I don't know how dusty it gets there. You guys that live on the East Coast, you have to dust. Like, if you live in the concrete jungle like I did. I live on a dirt road now, so I think that's got a lot to do with it. My driveway's dusty. Hey, Daniel. You don't have to dust a lot in Florida? Oh, you got lots of dust? Oh, I'm good, Chuckles. You go ahead. I was waiting around to see if we could get more people here. Just giving you all the benefit of the doubt to see how many shares I could get. But I'm good. You're not in Central? I live right in the middle of all this concrete, man. There wasn't a lot of dust being kicked up by the road, but you know, just natural dust. You see it when the sunlight comes through the window. It's bound to fall. I seem to remember getting on the fan blades and shit. Yeah. I think. But anyway, I'm calling this one, guys. Thanks for watching. naysgarden.com if you guys need any information. You want to see the 6 interviews that are up there right now. Okay? Check out Bong Loaded on YouTube. Check out Earbuds on YouTube. And yeah. I will see. Oh, really, Daniel? Right on. 60 miles from Longwood. Cool, brother. All right, you guys. No law regarding cannabis. And I will see you guys on the next live stream. That will be tomorrow, I'm sure. All right. Bye, guys. Leave. Go. Vamos. Psst. Psst. Go. Shh. Show's over, folks. Bye. Leave. Go. Get out. Walk away. There, somebody did it. Shut it off. No, but what are you watching from a BlackBerry? Psst. Can't turn your BlackBerry off? What'd you off button break on your BlackBerry, pal? Psst. Nobody uses those anymore. Go. Leave. Vamos. Why are you still here? Why are you people still here? You're just like you're spying on me. I told you the show's over. Go. You're being creepy now. I'm so mean. You're being creepy. Psh, nobody's being creepy anymore, pal. Psh, unreal. Guy McPherson did an hour and 14-minute video. When he started, they didn't know the audio was on.
That's a little too bright on the one side.
I'm gonna start live streaming. It's gonna take a minute for it to get up there. How about that? You're not up there yet. It's just the slide. But be careful of the sound that's on.
You can hear him talking. I love that. Let's see what Guy McPherson has to say, son. I love this guy.
Yeah.
Bottom of the hour. Cheers, guys.
Hey everybody, can you hear us?
We'll assume as much. I see lights flashing across this little box.
I could interview Guy McPherson. I'm looking at this. I'm like, we could do this.
Tonight's live stream will be on for about an hour. I welcome all of your questions, except for the ones that I can't answer. Oh, there's one of those already. Just wanted to hear your predictions. Can you scroll that down a little? Just wanted to hear. Right there. Just wanted to hear your predictions regarding the next 12 months in Australia, particularly Queensland and Tasmania. I suspect things will continue much like they have been. It would not surprise me at all if the United States has, if the world in fact has not experienced sufficient reduction in industrial activity to trigger the aerosol masking effect, leading to an abrupt global average rise in temperature. I think that has already happened, and as a consequence, I suspect we will see crop production profoundly reduced for corn, maize, and also soybeans this fall, and that could have a significant impact on the stock markets already.
Holy shit.
If we use the same metrics for the economy that we did back in the day, already the United States and Europe are in worse economic conditions than during the Great Depression in the
I'm only hearing the mic on one side. Hold on a second.
early 1930s, following the crash in 1929. So I'm not sure about a blue ocean event
I'd give it 50-50 at this chance, and I'd also give a pretty good likelihood that there will be crop failure. So either one of those spells the near-term demise of habitat for our favorite species. We're currently at more than 2 degrees C above the 1750 baseline, as I pointed out in a few of my recent peer-reviewed articles. You can find all those at guymcpherson.com. Today I want to talk a little bit about habitat. I've talked very briefly and superficially about habitat on various speaking tours, but I haven't gone into any details. So I'll start with the kind of definition that you can find in an online dictionary. Habitat is the natural home or environment of a plant, animal, or other organism. It provides the organisms that live there in the habitat with food, water, shelter, and space to survive. So that's a relatively simple definition. The one I used on tour repeatedly is the place where an organism typically lives, grows, and reproduces. So that's the simple version. From a conservation biology perspective, habitat is defined as the physical and biological surroundings of an organism, or more precisely as areas, sites, depending on how specific you want to get, having appropriate levels of the biotic and abiotic features required by a species for survival and reproduction. So what's biotic and abiotic? Biotic means just relating to or referring to living organisms. Abiotic is relating to non-living organisms. And that sounds simple enough, but it's actually very difficult to distinguish between the two, living and non-living. How would you describe soil, for example? Most people would say that soil is dirt, so it's not alive. But in fact, in any given location, there are probably more species in a typical cubic meter just below ground than there are in many hectares above ground. So soil is where the action is. There's a lot of life in the soil, and that life, that interaction between life and non-living compounds explains almost everything we need to know about ecosystem function. So on the one hand, habitat is relatively easy to define. On the other hand, I've sat in on graduate courses that discussed habitat for an entire semester, 2 hours a week, and generated more questions than answers. It's so funny if he said, "You walked into my shot." You just
I've already
walked right into my
mentioned in my
shot.
writing and in my speaking. Oh wait.
Cheers, Randy.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, you answered that question.
Say it out loud because.
Okay. Say it out loud. Thank you, Maria. I very much appreciate your emoji and also the donation. The only project that I think will have the potential for continuing habitat for human animals on Earth is the project being headed up by Ye Tao, Dr. Ye Tao, at Harvard University's Rowland Institute. And you can find his contact information. You can ask him for information and he's generally willing to provide information to just about anybody. And especially if you can find somebody with Jeff Bezos style money to hook him up with, that would be particularly welcome, because at this point our time is very, very short, and the MEERS project, MEERS, which is an acronym,
The Mirrors Project is the only one I've seen that I believe gives us any potential for stabilizing or reducing global average temperature. So, but it's important. Thank you, Chad, for your donation. I appreciate it.
Wow, we
And
got to find out what the
Pauline,
Mirrors
thanks you
Project
for
is.
being able
Who's
to
going to
buy beer
research
and put your
that
feet
for
up. I
us?
don't think she's going to do the latter.
That's exciting news from Guy McPherson. There's
No
hope.
no rest for you.
How are they going to do it, I wonder?
All right, with respect to habitat, there's a paper by Quintero and Weens, that's John Weens, in 2013 in Ecology Letters titled Rates of Projected Climate Change Dramatically Exceed Past Rates of Climate Niche Evolution Among Vertebrate Species. Based on IPC-style gradualism, that is looking forward to 2100, and again, this paper is in 2013, so it's quite old at this point. So going back to that 2013 paper and projecting forward using the IPCC's gradualism of a very modest increase in global average temperature between 2013 and 2100, Quintero and Weens found that the rate of temperature rise would outstrip the ability of vertebrates to keep pace by a factor of 10,000 times. 10,000 times. So the climate is changing too fast by a factor of 10,000 times with respect to the ability of vertebrates to keep up. How about mammals? Well, in 2018, just a couple of years ago, Davis and colleagues, in a paper in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the U.S., titled Diversity Will Take Millions of Years to Recover from the Current Biodiversity Crisis. Yes, and the title pretty much says it all. Diversity, specifically mammal diversity, will take millions of years to recover from the current biodiversity crisis. And that again is underplaying the magnitude of the biodiversity crisis, otherwise known as the ongoing mass extinction event. So if vertebrates are losing habitat and can't keep up by some 10,000 years, by a factor of 10,000 times, vertebrates are adapting 10,000 times too slowly to keep up with the very slow rates of change projected by the IPCC. And in addition to that, mammals can't keep up, and then you realize that humans are vertebrate mammals, and it does not look promising. Why has the last ice age not caused a mass extinction? How low the temperature must be in order to be So the question is, why has the last ice age not caused a mass extinction? How low must the temperature be in order to be dangerous to life on Earth? And in the last 2 billion years, Earth has not achieved a sufficiently low temperature to cause a mass extinction event, because the rate of change going into an ice age has been slow, and there's a lot of organisms on Earth that are particularly well adapted to cold temperatures. Things like vertebrate mammals, for example, that tend to be
gives them time to adapt
hairy and have other adaptations to deal with cold weather. So the temperature during ice ages is 12 degrees, is typically about 12 degrees Celsius. That's a global average temperature. So it's not exactly a ball of ice. Ice ages occur when the global average temperature is about 12 degrees Celsius, about 54 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not ice everywhere. It's ice at the poles and into the temperate regions from the north and south pole of the planet. But the equator harbors considerable biological diversity, which allows for a source for organisms to spread from there. So there's plenty of room during an ice age for life on Earth. The relatively rapid increases in temperature are the ones that are particularly problematic, that lead to mass extinction events. And mostly that's what underlies mass extinction events, is those abrupt heating events. There's an occasional exception. For example, rapid cooling events as a result of asteroid impact or substantial volcanic activity. And both of those cause a shading, we'll call it a profound increase in the aerosol masking effect that causes very rapid cooling of the planet.
I'm gonna update those goddamn video drivers. I should try to do it right now while we're watching this. I should be fine. Here. Let me see if I can do it.
Oh, Amy asked a question about Dr. Judy Mikovits, who's clearly doing her job of distracting and dividing the masses. She's the one who thinks that the virus is no big deal. Well, guess what? There's somebody sitting here beside me who had extreme symptoms of the virus for a month.
Wow.
We've known people who nearly died, and there are now more than 150,000 people in the United States who have died from the virus. So Dr. Judy Mikovits is not even remotely a reliable source on the virus or anything else. She writes, in this current age of dark science, both the revolutionary and the conservative are exiled. The only ones left are the liars, the mercenaries, and the cowards. Yeah, right. I think I'm still left. I think you're still left. I wouldn't call me or you a liar, a mercenary, or a coward. So those are my thoughts on somebody I think is doing a remarkable job providing misinformation, outright lying to people about the importance of the ongoing pandemic. By the way, I almost never hear about anybody talking about a second wave or a third wave. That's the previous pandemics have always had second and third waves, typically more severe than the first wave, but I don't hear a lot of conversation about that. Karina asks, where can I find the paper referencing how hot the planet can get in the next few decades? There are several papers on that particular topic. Sam Coran at the Arctic News blog posted something, I think it was July 15th, 2016, indicating how hot it could get, about 10 degrees Celsius above the 1750 baseline. And Sam Coran has consequently followed up and tacked on, as a result of another self-reinforcing feedback loop, has tacked on an additional 8 degrees C. In the peer-reviewed literature, I don't know where to send you besides my papers, all of which are linked in most of the recent posts at GuyMcPherson.com. Oh, somebody asked about CO2 levels, high CO2 levels, and how they affect brain function. Let's see, I read something about this many years ago and posted it in the climate change summary and update in the blog. Basically, high levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere cause cognition to slow. And that's putting it mildly. So too much CO2 makes us stupid. And that's supported by peer-reviewed literature. And I don't hear much about it. And I think, for the most part,
it's interesting.
This problem would arise in cities, not in remote islands or out in the woods, for example, but rather in cities where carbon dioxide concentrations tend to be significantly higher than they are in general. So one of the reasons carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is measured at Mauna Loa is because that's a United States laboratory facility, and that's where Charles Keeling was working, and he was interested in the topic, so he started taking measurements. And the reason that they're maintained there, that they retain that as a study site, is because it's very remote. There's not cities around that would artificially elevate carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, carbon monoxide in the atmosphere as a result of industrial activity. Mauna Loa is in Hawaii, so it's quite isolated compared to the centers of industry. So that's why it's continues to be measured there. It's measured in a few other places, I recall. Do you see the up and coming eviction and foreclosure situation and the downturn in the GDP causing even more of a reduction in the aerosol masking? So more warming and quicker changes. Yes, I think so. And it's really important to keep in mind the timing. So we were very lucky that the industrial activity slowed initially in China in late winter and early spring, and then spread to India and then throughout large areas in Eurasia and North America. We were really lucky that that happened when plants were dormant or were just coming out of dormancy. Now we're in the crop season, though. We're verging on the crop harvest season for the major crops produced in the northern hemisphere, soybeans and corn. So this is when we would expect to see a profound impact of temperatures past and ongoing on plant life, on ecology, including trees in nature, in relatively natural ecosystems, as well as with crops that are being harvested to maintain the settling arrangements. Joey mentioned that you had referenced a paper in your long essay about more than 20 degrees heating, more than what Sam Cran is posting. Yes, that's correct. And that much more, in fact, enough to boil away the oceans. And that's in the long essay. I haven't looked at that in more than
Isn't it funny how far off the audio gets from the video? It's fucking, oh my God.
5 years, so you can find it easier than I can.
Fucking Windows 10, man.
That's an interesting question. Do you worry about growing in plastic pots?
I'm doing the driver's right.
I've never grown in a plastic pot.
That's for me.
Oh, do you worry about growing in plastic pots?
I don't. I grow in
Is
plastic pots.
that going to affect the shape of your ear?
No, you can grow watermelon in a pot, and it will grow into the shape of the pot. Did you know that?
Of course. I know things. 3 or 4 of them. I think she's talking about pots. Real pots. Not pots that you use to put around fruit to shape it into a silly face or whatever. So are you going to answer that question?
I did already.
It's updating right now.
Okay. That's a
NVIDIA.
good question. That's a good question. Please explain how carbon dioxide or car exhaust changes into carbon dioxide. I've never understood that. Cars emit carbon monoxide, but somehow it changes to CO2, carbon dioxide, with lots of question marks. Yeah, it does that.
He's like, yeah, it does that.
There's a lot of things I don't know.
That sounds like a chemistry question.
This is one.
He's like,
I
it does it. I
strongly
don't know.
suspect that the carbon monoxide, which is relatively unstable, connects with oxygen in the atmosphere and then becomes carbon dioxide, CO2 instead of CO. But that's just a guess. I know who knows. your favorite search engine knows.
Google.
So I'm sorry I don't have an answer to that question off the top of my head. Would you recommend stocking up 5 weeks habitat collects? Yes. In fact, that's what we're doing on this property. Is
Here we go.
we have sufficient really nasty dried food in cans and a really small water supply sufficient to keep us alive for a few weeks. I don't know how long, but a few weeks. Because I suspect if society breaks down for longer than that few weeks, that I don't want it uninhabitable by human beings. And I'm not interested in persisting for another few months in what is rapidly becoming a dead planet with the not only the overheating, the loss of habitat for many organisms. Remember, we're in the midst of a mass extinction event, but also the catastrophic, uncontrolled meltdown of nuclear power plants, some of which obviously are near here. So I don't want to spend my final days bathing in ionizing radiation and wondering if my neighbor is going to shoot me for my potatoes. That's just me. Obviously, that's personal. Your mileage may vary. So what we're doing here is storing the kind of food that we stored when I was a kid. And it was a 3-hour drive to the grocery store, and we would go once a month. So under those conditions, and given the harsh winters of northern Idaho, we always had plenty of food stored on the shelves and in the freezer. And so we're doing the same thing here. We have a deep chest freezer. We have quite a bit of canned goods. We have enough food to last a few weeks. And I think that's an intelligent route to pursue, just as it was basically a matter of not necessarily life or death in the small town of Weippe, Idaho when I was growing up, but at the very least of not having to inconvenience your neighbors when you ran out of food and the roads were closed, so you couldn't get to the city that had grocery stores 3 hours drive away. So I just think it makes a lot of sense.
Over an hour to download the driver.
Yes.
It's half a gigabyte.
CO2 makes fruit sweeter, destroys
How the
micronutrients.
fuck is the driver half a gig?
I don't know anything about that.
Fuck.
So I'm not even going to comment, even though the comment is in all caps. I still don't know anything about it.
That microphone is horrible.
Is one of them, and I strongly suspect you can just type in atmospheric methane at your favorite search engine and have it pop up. There's one in Japan, there's one in representing the European Union, and there's Monolo. So there's a few of them out there, and I don't check it every day or even every week anymore, but last I saw, atmospheric methane was verging on 2,000 parts per billion, about 200 parts per million. And given the CO2 equivalency of at least 100, probably more than 150 times more powerful than carbon dioxide, that translates to approximately 300 parts per million carbon dioxide equivalent, minimum 200 parts per million equivalent, which tacked on to the current 417 or so parts per million carbon dioxide comes out to more than 600 parts per million CO2 equivalent, just taking into account those two greenhouse gases alone.
It says it's going to take 10 minutes to download it. It's speeding up now.
Could detonations of atomic bombs be a solution to the problem? Nuclear winter? Well, that's a happy thought. I It would surprise me very much. Look at the human ability to control the environment so far. We don't have a good record. So could atomic bombs cool the planet? Maybe. To what level? For how long? Accelerating the ionizing radiation in the atmosphere doesn't sound like a very good idea to me. And I don't think anybody has probably worked out how many atomic bombs and how frequently we would need to blow them up to reduce the planetary temperature.
It's a fucking good
But
question, though.
maybe. There's a lot of things I don't know. Well, at least 3. Oh no, I know those. Never mind.
Atom bomb. That's fucking funny. They're desperate. Hey, man. Maybe that'll be something like that. We'll do it, you know? Maybe it's not an atom bomb, but maybe it's like a carbon-eating bomb or something.
People can't even control hurricanes that are coming, making landfalls. It's just like,
Right, even though there's a certain shadowy figure in the chemtrail community, geoengineering community rather, who claims that all of those hurricanes are being controlled, are being created by geoengineering. I think that's ridiculous. We can't even figure out how to make lunch.
Yeah, and all the California fires are made by laser beams from satellites.
Sorry,
Oh, God.
no
these
offense,
fucking
people,
idiots.
but the mass of humanity has never proven itself to be all that swift. Yes, methane in the atmosphere is going exponential, Joey. It's at least 5 times more than previous. At the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, let's see, it was about 750 parts per million in the atmosphere. Best guess. And just as best guess for carbon dioxide was around 280 parts per million. And that's why James Hansen was arguing many years ago to get carbon dioxide down to 280 parts per million. He said, absolute worst case scenario, we had to get it to 350 parts per million. And thus was born the Great Distraction Group funded by the Rockefeller Foundation, 350.org. But we're not going back to 350. The heating associated with the current level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is locked in for at least the next 1,000 years. That, according to a paper in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences in, maybe February 2012, also mentioned in the long essay, Climate Change Summary and Update. Thank you, Delana. 68 years old and purposely did not have children because I took geology in 1972 to 1973 and learned about the pending climate crisis.
Right on.
You were not my teacher, but I wish you had been. I wish I had been your teacher too.
Nice.
However, I was 12 in 1972, so I might not have been particularly good at it. I tried to teach my sister when I was 6 years old, and she was 4.5. I tried to teach her how to read. That didn't go well.
Oh. Okay. Good thing you became a teacher anyway. Hey, man.
Yes, Michael Rupert did us all an enormous favor in his life of service with the documentary Collapse with Chris Smith and much of his other work, including the radio show Lifeboat Hour. Why would you apply collective blame for our predicament instead of focusing on the psychopaths and narcissists who excel under capitalism and have no aversion to risk? I don't apply collective blame. I don't apply blame at all. One of my taglines is no blame, no shame. At the age of extinction, only love remains. I'm not trying to blame anybody.
None of us
We
were
were born
alive.
into this set of living
Yeah.
arrangements.
None of
We
us
didn't know any better.
None of us had any control over what happened in 1937.
the first peer-reviewed paper on the aerosol masking effect I know about, by Anders Angstrom, published in 1929, indicates about the same level of aerosol masking as Hansen and colleagues pointed out in a paper in December 2011. That tells me that terminating or slowing industrial activity in the 1920s would not have helped, and perhaps would have driven our extinction shortly thereafter, not to mention the extinction of considerable other species on Earth. Don't you think the planet is warming because of the use of spent uranium in weapons? No. Methane clathrates released during Deepwater Horizon? No. And 3, continued release of toxic waste by Fukushima? No. I don't think any of those account for a significant increase in the global average temperature. We know that carbon dioxide and methane in the atmosphere have contributed greatly to planetary warming, along with other greenhouse gases. And perhaps spent uranium in weapons, which I've never heard of as a warming agent for the atmosphere, perhaps some release of methane clathrates during Deepwater Horizon, which again I've never heard about, and perhaps continued release of toxic waste by Fukushima, which I've never heard about. Perhaps those combined contribute a small amount to greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, but it would surprise me if it was quite significant. Have I said anything today about the research by Dr. Ye Tao, which brought up in yesterday's morning's headlines? Yes, but only once. I think you can find Ye Tao and by going to the Rowland Institute, ROWLAND at Harvard, and keep up with his work there. He has a dozen or 15 undergraduate students volunteering their time to work on that project this summer. Is very impressive, I think. And he's an engineer of great intellect who I think is heading up the only project that has a snowball's chance in hell of slowing or stabilizing global average temperature. Thank you, Suzanne, for joining as a climate defender. Chad asks, do you think we will see anyone pick up your message and take it mainstream? No. Or maybe help us with a softer landing when the collapse happens? No. 2, maybe help us with a softer landing when the collapse happens? No. Look what happened to me when I tried to go mainstream. There was a massive, I was Me Too'd before anybody heard of Me Too.
Listen
I was
to this.
a test case to see if Me Too would work. And it worked brilliantly. It completely removed me from community service. Many people think I'm a horrible person now because of made up Facebook chat messages. And as a consequence, there have been many blog posts written about me and many talks given explaining that I'm one of the most horrible people on the planet. And in addition, when I tried to tour over the course of the last few years, the figures heading up that defamation campaign would send an email message to my host and organizer and explain that I'm a horrible person. And that ended up canceling a few tours and several interviews with corporate media outlets. So you think anybody's going to pick up the message at this point and take it to the mainstream media? No, nobody's going to do that because they aren't stupid and they saw what happened to me. And in addition, the mainstream media are not interested. The corporate media are not interested in telling the truth on this or almost any other subject. Thank you, Hans, for your generosity. Generosity? I don't think that's a word. So, no, I don't think anybody's going to take up the charge at this point. I think I've done all I could. I was on a few programs with the corporate media, and look where that got us. I've been buried. Thank you, Maureen. I love the headlines too. I should point out that that was Pauline's idea, so she gets the credit. If it goes badly, I get the blame.
No. Rogie.
I covered that. Oh, the methane is stored in a variety of ways, but most notably the methane is stored in permafrost and as clathrates by degradation of biotic material, living material, mostly plants. And that plant life gets decomposes over time and gets stored when cold enough. Then when it gets warm, that decomposed and continuing to decompose material is released as methane. So that's just biology for you, becoming an abiotic factor. So it starts out biotic, and there's another example of how interconnected the two are. It's methane itself is non-living, it's CH4, but it comes from decomposing formerly living material. There's also another form of methane that is actually stored in the Earth's crust. I don't have any idea how it got there, so sorry about that. Do you think social media is in a way its own feedback loop? Yes, absolutely. I was on social media, all of the main ones, trying to get my message out. It didn't move the needle one bit. It created an enormous amount of toxicity and argumentation and people presenting their opinions, and it continues to, as I understand it. I've been off of social media for about 2 weeks now, and it's such a lovely experience. Yes, very few people appreciate a whistleblower, or as Heinlein said, being right too soon is socially unacceptable. Yeah, I think I was in that category of being right too soon, and it certainly was socially unacceptable.
Chelsea Manning knows too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of people out there who have been in the whistleblower position and it didn't work out well. Have you seen any data to confirm your predictions about this year's crop failures? Not on crop production, no. There's abundant evidence regarding the reduction in industrial activity, and also the local and regional increases in temperature as a consequence. So, will it lead to crop failure this year? I can't imagine how it couldn't. If it doesn't, that'd be great. I would love that. I would love to have another year or 2 or 6 in which we have this set of living arrangements that we consider normal. Excuse me. That's a fine question. Many people can't grasp how big of a difference small increases in global average temperature can have. Is there a way to somehow better explain this by an example that is easy to understand? So this is one I've used on tour a few times. Our typical temperature of our bodies is 98.6 degrees. That's 37 degrees Celsius, I believe. But if you raise your body temperature by 2 degrees Celsius, that's 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit, you're now at 39 degrees Celsius, or 3.6, 98.6, 99.2 plus 2, 102.2 degrees Fahrenheit. That's bad. You're not going to be comfortable at all. With a 2 degrees Celsius temperature increase in your body, you got a fever. You got a serious fever. And it's not going to kill you if it goes away. But what if it doesn't? What if it hangs on for months, for years? What if it only gets worse? What if the temperature continues to go up in your body? You're going to be miserable. Ultimately, organs will fail. As a result, your body organs will fail. So that's the best example I've been able to come up with, is imagine Earth as a human body. That's the analog. And what happens when our human bodies experience a 3.6 degree Fahrenheit temperature rise. That's a big number. Or 2 degrees Celsius temperature rise. That's a big number. Are we experiencing any effects of the hurricane? Not yet. It's projected to, the eye of the storm is projected to be just east of us, offshore, tomorrow mid-afternoon. So that's, what is it, about, what time is it?
It's 6:44.
So that's in about 20 or 22 hours. We should be feeling the maximum impact of the hurricane that has an unpronounceable name. I think it's Eiosus. Is that it?
The hurricane will come tomorrow.
Yeah, is it called Eiosus?
Isaias.
Oh, that's a farm song I was thinking of.
And they keep saying Isaias.
No wonder I'm confused.
Say Isaias.
What do you think we will see over the next 4 years? That's a fine question, Chad. I can't imagine we don't avoid a significant decline in industrial activity over the course of the next 4 years, sufficient to trigger the aerosol masking effect, and therefore cause the demise of the set of living arrangements. I can't imagine we can avoid that over the course of the next 4 years, but I've thought that before in years past, so maybe I'll be incorrect, and I certainly would appreciate that. I would love to be incorrect. We just can't forestall the inevitable forever. And if we get through this year, then do we get through next year's crop season, given that the temperature continues to rise? Remember, the maximum heating resulting from carbon dioxide released today doesn't occur until 10 years from now, or maybe a little longer. In any event, we have triggered abrupt, irreversible climate change. Things are going to get worse. They're not going to get better. Could we not engineer structures or technology that does the opposite of greenhouse gas effect? Yes, Suzanne, this is the whole point of the project headed by Dr. Ye Tao at the Roland Institute at Harvard. So please look into that if you don't mind. If temperature goes up, should we squeeze the trigger? What trigger? We squeezed the trigger a long time ago. We fired a Gatling gun at our own heads. If you mean the individual trigger to take your own life, I'm not going to give you advice about that. I got the deep state chasing after my ass already. I don't need to say anything about that. People used to, when we were allowed to tour, before the coronavirus outbreak, people would come up to me. It was typical for me. I'm half an hour early for the presentation I'm going to give, setting up the laptop and trying to get the PowerPoint to show on the screen and so forth. And somebody comes up and says, "So, when are you going to kill yourself?" No, people would actually ask this question. I don't even know you, and you ask when I'm going to kill myself? So, that's a silly question. Could we carve out underground homes and only come out at night because it's too hot during the day? Will it be that hot all day? The problem again, is habitat, which is how I started this little session. If we don't have a habitat, we are going to die. Period. End of story. So we can live underground. We can live in a cave for a while. Where we're going to grow food. We depend upon an enormous number of species to get us through the day, every single day. And by going into a cave and ignoring the living planet, and by the way, when we all go into a cave, obviously nobody's attending power plants, so you've just triggered the catastrophic meltdown of several hundred. If apparently industrial activity is that chart. Basically, lethal wet bulb temperature means that we, in yesterday's video, and there's a peer-reviewed article that came out in Science Advances this year. I don't have the citation right here with me, but it's in my Extinction Foretold, Extinction Ignored essay, indicating, it's from Science Advances, and it indicates that we have already surpassed lethal wet bulb temperatures in many places around the globe, particularly in tropical and subtropical regions. Again, this is in Science Advances from earlier this year, the press release, and yeah, sure. Listen, I'm not telling people what to do or what to eat, but I have no interest in living on a dead planet, even with canned mushrooms and onions. And you can't grow mushrooms, you can't grow onions, you can't grow onions in dead soil. Onions are heavy feeders. That means that they're a root crop and they absorb and take up a tremendous amount of nutrients. How are you going to put those nutrients back in the soil? So, soil is dead, nothing will grow. End of story.
Thanks, James. Fuck. This dog, man.
You are saying it will happen within hours. No, I am not saying that. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I've said it probably 1,000 times. I'm not saying that people will die in a matter of hours. In fact, already in this conversation, I mentioned at least twice the importance of timing. Remember how I mentioned that when the coronavirus started in China, industrial activity was reduced there, but it was early enough in the year that it didn't affect biology and ecology, so we didn't feel the impacts, but we might as of this fall. That's what I'm talking about. The reduction in aerosol masking occurs in a very short period of time, somewhere between a few hours, according to James Hansen, and a few weeks. That's the general consensus among other climate scientists. But we have to work that loss of aerosol masking through the biology of various ecosystems. So, yes, we will lose aerosol masking in a short period of time. No, we will not all die in that same short period of time. Did I miss anything there, Polly? Can we do these on Mondays? I don't know. Can we do these on Mondays?
No, we have a Zoom on Monday.
Zoom.
Oh, he does a Zoom?
Yes, Zoom Monday morning.
Monday morning.
Maybe we can do Monday afternoon. No, Belize is not uninhabitable. Belize is perfectly habitable, especially on the coast where you would be visiting, because I assume you're going to be playing a tourist.
So, what are some ways people can stay cool if the power goes out?
If the power goes out and you can't run your fan, which doesn't help in a lethal wet bulb situation anyway, you can dip in water. You can Oh, there's those caves. Caves underground.
We don't have caves in Florida.
No, there's no caves here. Well, there probably are. We just don't know where they are.
Well, they're underwater.
When the power goes out in places like this, it becomes very difficult to keep your temperature cool. You can use washcloths and put as cool of water as you can find on a washcloth on your skin, and that evaporation might help a little bit for a while. But again, moving air around with your own personal fan or a floor fan is not going to overcome lethal wet bulb conditions that tear up your organs. It just doesn't work. So find water to dip in, find a cool place. That's all I know. That's why this is so horrible and why the consequences are so bad in tropical and subtropical areas. That's many of those places are lesser developed portions of the globe, and so they have limited access to electricity. So that's bad news for people with respect to the organ failure issue I already talked about.
Do you remember a long time ago, before everybody had air conditioning, if there were heat waves, people would actually go to the shopping mall or to the movies
Right.
to get air conditioning?
Right. I did that a few times
Yeah.
living in Tucson. Went to the movie just to escape my own house because I didn't want to pay $150 a month for air conditioning. I haven't seen anything about the floods in China and the connection to industrial activity. The Three Gorges Dam apparently is threatened, but I've been reading that for a few days and it hasn't been taken out yet. So I don't know what's going on. It's, China is one of those countries very difficult to find out what's actually going on because their totalitarian government has been very effective at preventing information from going around the planet.
Warn people about helium.
What's the website? The Planetary Exit? Is that the name of it? No. Exit, emergency exit. Does anybody think of the name of that website where they describe various minimum suffering techniques for suicide? The website to pursue. Cities will be harder than rural areas. Yes, cities are hotter. They have higher carbon dioxide concentrations than rural areas. Amy lived for a 10-day heat wave in Philadelphia for 10 days. That's remarkable. Welcome, Jeff Ferguson, and thank you for joining as a climate defender. It will be over 80 degrees in Vancouver all week. Presumably that's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. What about living on the coast? Well, it depends where on the coast. If it's coastal Canada, that's a fine idea. If it's coastal Rakino Island in New Zealand, that's a fine idea. And it will make temperatures relatively comfortable compared to, say, Florida, the coast of Florida, or Texas for the foreseeable future. But still, the loss of aerosol masking presents a daunting threat because plants will not survive. Did I quote this paper already? I can't remember things I've said because it's been more than 10 minutes. In a paper released July 31st of this year, July 31st, 2020, in the Proceedings National Academy of Sciences by Malhotra, Malhotra and colleagues, Malhotra and colleagues, they assessed the response of plant roots to experimental warming in a peat bog ecosystem. And they found that the growth of fine roots in shrubs and trees, the growth of fine roots in woody plants, increased by 130% for each 1 degree Celsius temperature rise. That's amazing. That's really, really enormous increase in plant growth. It sounds like it's a great thing, right? But it's actually the worst possible scenario. Drying will allow replacement of sphagnum moss by other plants and therefore hasten the loss of soil carbon. So
Hey, Billy.
that's as a result of a 1 degree Celsius temperature rise locally, and it caused catastrophic abrupt release of or heating of the planet. So again, these what seems like relatively minor changes in temperature locally translate to enormous changes in got structure and function. So a 1 degree temperature increase affects the peatlands so much that, what's it say again? Drying will allow replacement of sphagnum moss by other plants and hasten the loss of soil carbon. Where's that soil carbon going? That's right, into the atmosphere. That's with a 1 degree temperature increase. And it has an enormous impact on release of greenhouse gases and the survivability of all plants in that system. It's 1 degree. Did those people that got together and drank Kool-Aid and go to the planet Sirius know about aerosol masking effect? I don't understand the question because my grasp of pop culture is not so swift. But almost nobody knows about the aerosol masking effect. Almost nobody. As nearly as I can tell, I'm the only person who is routinely writing and speaking about the aerosol masking effect. And I studied climate change from the early 80s when I was in graduate school and never heard about it until, 2015? No, 2012, I think. Early 2012 I heard about it. So it took me a long time to catch up. And now I've told thousands of people about it in one way or another, and still nobody talks about it.
We talk about it.
Thank you for your contribution, Fairy Dust. I'll bet that's not your given name. I don't know. Jazz for Peace is an organization that names honorary ambassadors periodically. In the more than 20 years they've been in existence, they have named 4 previous honorary ambassadors, and I became the 5th, along with Howard Zinn and who's the congressman?
Oh, my video driver's about to be installed.
So, in the spring of this year, and then in the fall of this year, and I sent those people an email message this morning to no response. So I'm not sure what's going on with it, but apparently I'm a Jazz for Peace honorary ambassador, and so far that doesn't mean a thing. Joey, that's a good question. Being at 2C now, does that mean 1 degree means human extinction? It's all about the rate. It is all about the rate of change. And already the rate of change is outstripping the ability of vertebrates and mammals to keep up. I mentioned this repeatedly in my writing, there's a European group that is looking forward to 2030 and anticipating that we can hold the global average temperature below 1.5 degrees above the 1750 baseline. We're at 2, so that didn't quite pan out. And in this report, authored by Gaub, L. Gaub, G-A-U-B, and others, it is indicated that a 1.5 degree Celsius global average temperature rise would be enough to cause would potentially be enough to cause the extinction of humans. And we're at 2. Again, it's all about the lag, the impact on biology, and the consequent impact on our ability to secure food for ourselves. And all timing is really important here.
So people are talking about
Installing a new driver.
unusual cool regions.
Might lose video here for a minute.
Yeah, this is why we call it climate change, not global warming. Although it's a result of overall planetary warming, the effects vary from region to region. So we get the polar express in the wintertime. It makes some places cold and some places warm. Interestingly, this last winter, it was very cold in Florida, and it still is. It's quite cool here. I don't think we've had a 100-degree day Fahrenheit yet, and there have been many of those in the Pacific Northwest in the United States, and also in the New York, New Jersey region in the United States. So there's places in the summertime that typically are cooler than Florida are now warmer than Florida, and during the winter, Florida has been hammered by cold temperatures. So again, it's all about the circulation patterns in the environment, and what happens locally is not necessarily indicative of what's happening globally. Has Pauline strapped gut to his chair or what? Kirsten, you don't have to make a Freudian slip about my stomach, really. And I'm not strapped to the chair. I've actually been allowed out of it a couple of times already today. Hi, Sandy. Okay. So, thanks everybody for participating today, and thanks particularly to the members for your chat messages. And we'll close this out. We'll do this again within approximately a week. We'll put out another survey, right?
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah.
And determine what's the best time for the majority, which is almost never the best time for me, which is why Pauline has to strap me into this chair to get me to participate. No, she doesn't do that, really. Which continent will be the first to suffer? That's a fine question. The answer is all of them so far. All the continents are experiencing the impact of abrupt, irreversible climate change. Thus far, the tropic and subtropical regions are being most heavily affected. Will that continue? Don't know. All right. I'm going to close this out. Thank you very much, everybody. I did not eat any ice cream cones today. I did not eat any ice cream at all today, Linda. Not any ice cream at all. Thanks for reminding me.
They're making fun of them.
That and the comment about my gut remind me that it doesn't matter that I should go eat my ice cream right now because I'm already fat, apparently, to somebody who thinks I'm strapped
I wish
into
I
a
had
chair.
fucking ice cream.
Again, everybody, thanks for participating, and I look forward to chatting with you in
Looks like it's cut off there at the end. Yeah, all right. Cool, man. That's fucking cool. That's really cool. So my drivers are installing right now. Let me see what they're gonna do. Let's see what happens. Let's pull up a video. No, well, they're probably gonna blink out one more time. But we'll just test it and see.
asked several times about the aerosol masking effect and how much we are losing right now. I've also been asked about the relationship between COVID-19, the so-called coronavirus, and abrupt climate change, and they are related. So here is, to the best of my understanding, what's going on. First, a 20% reduction in industrial activity leads to a 1 degree Celsius global average temperature spike.
Okay, it says
in a very
it
short
says
period of
installation
time.
complete.
People have indicated that we must not have hit that yet because we're not all dying in droves. So let's back up a little bit and see what's actually going on in the world. First, a hypothetical scenario. Imagine that I'm king for the day, king for the planet, and not just for a day, for a few months. What would I do? Here's what I would do. To stop the coronavirus in its tracks in various locations, social isolation is necessary. We have to keep people from mixing to a great extent. Guess what? China went into complete lockdown, as they are quite capable of doing given the totalitarian government there. And in 2 weeks, they stopped the shutdown. By that time, the coronavirus had stopped spreading. Also, by that time, there had been a significant spike in temperature over China. Obviously, as the aerosols fall out of the atmosphere, the impact is local at first, and then regional, and ultimately global. So China shut down for a couple of weeks, pretty much stopped the virus in its tracks, at least made it manageable. So now, not all of their hospital beds are overflowing with people who are about to die. Instead, they have effectively contained COVID-19. If I were king for the day, let's return to that scenario again, I would shut down China for a couple of weeks. Then I would shut down another significant economic bloc in the world, whether it's the United States or the European Union.
Oh. Yeah, I have to unplug the camera.
Manage that threat.
That's cool.
Through.
Let me just check this, see how it's working.
Through isolating people, not allowing them to. Go out and mix in great numbers. If they did it in China, I'm pretty sure we can do it in the rest of the world. And so what I would suggest then in my king for a day scenario is that the United States next go into lockdown for a couple of weeks. This will be enough to stop the coronavirus where it is. It'll make the future of the coronavirus manageable because we won't have every hospital bed in the country full. Instead, what we will have is a relatively minor inconvenience.
Oh, minor inconvenience.
Yes, me not being able to go out to the grocery store, for example, for the next 2 weeks, or
dude, where's my fucking bandwidth?
Crying out loud, or whatever. That's an inconvenience, but it's a minor inconvenience. Recently, I saw a great line. Went something like this. Your grandparents were asked to make great sacrifices in light of a world war. You are being asked to sit on the couch for the next couple of weeks. You got this. And I think that's where we are. I think the only way we're going to simultaneously solve the COVID-19 problem, and it is a pandemic, so it's seriously a problem. The only way we can deal with that in a rational way that will not reduce the aerosols falling out of the sky or sufficiently to cause a global average spike in temperature is to do them at the same time. So again, shut down China for a couple of weeks, make sure that situation is managed and under control. Next up, shut down the United States for a couple of weeks until the coronavirus situation has resolved itself. Yes, it'll be inconvenient for a relatively short period of time, but I think we can all handle this. It takes more than 2 weeks for most people to starve to death. So as long as we have water flowing through the taps and Netflix, I'm pretty sure we can get through this. And I don't think I'll even need the Netflix. I have a couple of books here I've been wanting to read. So let's shut down, say, the United States next for a couple of weeks. And there are some indications that might be happening. And then, after, say, a 1 week break after the 2 week shutdown, to make sure everything's under control and the hospital beds aren't overflowing and tempers have settled down and everybody's able to go back to the grocery stores again and get fed, then maybe we should.
All right, I'm gonna go. My camera cut out because of some technicality, but I gotta probably reboot the computer and stuff anyway. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. NaysGarden.com, guys. Check it out. All right. No law regarding cannabis. Take care. Bye bye.